Hiya, we're all stuck inside doing all sorts of jobs and tidying out, and I like doing all sorts of tidying out jobs. So this is one that I thought you might be interested in. This is, oh, let me explain. This is called an iron for doing that ironing. You might have heard of that. Probably you're only familiar with the phrase ironing out the details of my contract or something, but before it was a metaphor, an iron was a thing that you use for ironing clothes. Anyway, oh, see, you don't need to do the ironing. Oh, I see, you fold things cleverly when you get them out of the washing machine. Yeah, I know. Well, let me tell you, I bet your shirts don't look nice like this. And I like my shirts to be ironed. I don't wear shirts as often as I used to, so I only do the ironing about once every 2 weeks. So it's not a big deal. This iron is a very expensive iron that my mother bought several years ago. She rang me up one day and said, can I get rid of it? Can I take it down the dump or the charity shop? Because she's fed up with it, it doesn't work. Well, I had a look at it and I thought, how can this really expensive iron not work?
How much did it cost?
Apparently it's about £250. So Mum just went out and bought like a £70 Bosch, just a normal iron that you put water in the front, and she's using that at the moment. Of course, all that's wrong with it is that she's never cleaned it. So I couldn't throw it away. So I just looked at the instruction book, and there's a button on it that you press. You just flush water through. You rest it on one of these plastic trays that come with it. Now, I've got my own iron at home, which is a Philips Ultra Glide. It looks like this. It was £45, so it's not expensive. It comes with a tray as well. You press the magic button and then leave the room. I usually leave it by an open window. All this steam comes off. It's like a crazy kettle for about 3 minutes. But when you look at the water afterwards, you get all these little brown bits in it. And when you live in a hard water area, you're going to get a lot of that. Starts to sound like a Calgon advert now, but you don't need chemicals. Although, if you do, I'll show you that in a minute. Let me just show you something over here. Come closer, I want to show you something. This iron was really neglected, so I used a little bit of chemical descaler. I just poured it in the front of the chute. If you've got the iron like I've got at home, then your little flaps on the top of the iron, and you just pour the water in. And when I was cleaning it, I just used tap water, just flushed it and flushed it and flushed it. Now, this is about after the 3rd or 4th flush. That's not even the first one. Have a look at that. Now, that's after I'd done it 4 times. That's how mucked up, how blocked it had been. This was about the 5th time I did it. And then the 6th one. And then by the 7th, you can see it's almost like drinking water. So the first thing that I ironed after I did all of that was just a tea towel. And then I tested it on a white pillowcase because I didn't want to ruin it. Anyway, so there you go. Flush it through with water and you end up with a really smashing iron. So if your iron's playing you up, why don't you just give it a good clean, especially if you haven't used it for ages, and you'll be glad you did. And then when you use it from that point onwards, try and use water from a water filter if you've got one. This one's just 10 quid from Sainsbury's. And pour the filtered water into this and then into the iron, and then it won't get blocked up so quickly. Just the same way as you can do that with your kettle in the kitchen. That's it. I'll be doing more of these tips because you're stuck inside, you've got nothing better to do, so you might as well fix some things. Thank you.